Gerald, who is a new viewer, you were asking about that massive hill in the distance, and you're wondering if it has a name. It most certainly does. That is the Olololo escarpment that you can see. And this is an area where there are lots and lots of black rhino that hang around, which is really quite nice. We've been very lucky over the last few days with the amount that we've seen. I mean, this morning we saw 2, and now we've actually got 3. And I don't, now that I think where we are, we're quite far away from where we've seen both of our rhinos this morning, so I don't know if they're the same ones. They could be different ones. These ones have definitely been wallowing around in the mud. So I think that could be a male. It's a bit hard to tell from here. But the other one is definitely a female with a sub-adult. You can see not quite fully grown just yet. Still sticking around and with mom. There's an oxpecker too. Just sitting between its ears. Or on its horns, actually. Now you can see how windy it is as well, with all the grass blowing about. Now, Richard, you're wondering if rhinos are generally intelligent animals. I think to a point, yes. I mean, I haven't really seen rhinos problem solving like what we see with honey badgers and mongoose and hyenas, even elephants and lions. Obviously, when they hunt, they work together as a team, so that takes a bit of intelligence. So I don't know if they're quite up to that standard. But I don't think that they're particularly lacking in terms of brain cells. I think they're perfect for what they need to do. I mean, they look like prehistoric animals and they haven't really changed much in their design for a very, very long time. And it's obviously working for them. So why change something if it isn't broken? And I think that's exactly what's happened here. One thing that they could have improved on, though, is their eyesight. I think they would have enjoyed that. I didn't think the rhinos would be such jumpy creatures then. Well, not that they are. I mean, they relax very quickly around vehicles and things like that. But on windy days, you definitely do see a change, and you do see them panic slightly. And that's just unfortunately they don't have the greatest eyesight out here. And without that, you can imagine. I think they do panic slightly. Now, Cassie, are you wondering if I've ever seen a rhino do damage to something with that horn? I've seen rhinos fighting before, and the cuts that they can cause on one another with white rhino bulls. And then I've seen a black rhino and a white rhino fighting, and the white rhino also left a few scratches on the black rhino. Well, I suppose the black rhino also fought back with his sword. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of videos going around the internet of rhinos hitting cars. Fortunately, I've never experienced anything like that, and I don't know anybody that's been hit by a rhino before, but I'm sure that horn would go straight through the car, no problem. So we'd rather keep those statistics that way, well, in my books anyways. But yeah, they can do some serious damage. There's even video footage of rhinos, picking up and throwing other animals with that horn. So they're exceptionally powerful. I mean, if you think about a black rhino, I mean, they can weigh up to about 1.82 tons at a push. Imagine that charging at full speed and then hitting you with a very sharp point as well. Wouldn't be too pleasant. Not quite enough, I think, to roll a car, but definitely lift it up, though. It's quite nice, though, to see that one rhino is so relaxed. It has decided to sit down and go to sleep. Perhaps it doesn't even know that we're here. But Rolf has had a trend over the last few days. He's been spending the time with the elephants. Let's go and see if they're going to entertain him this time.